London, hello. 12th of December, my video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol, most available product on the planet for getting out of it, trying to fix myself with it, trying to take the edge off, trying to be happy, a very trying person. And these days I don't drink one day at a time. And what's made that possible? Well, it wasn't me. I had help, I needed help, and it's somehow important when a person has got to a place of addiction, whatever you want to call it, where we cannot do something which is self-harming, harming ourselves so much it's killing us. How do we get out of it? Well, if we knew how to, we would have. If we knew how to control it, we would have. If we found ourselves powerless over a substance or a particular behaviour, we need help. And that was my moment of clarity about how to get sober from drinking and other behaviour around trying to be perfect and trying to be a part of and control my environment. And these days I've realised the environment is as it is, nature is as it is, and I need to be aware of my nature as well. So if I take a drink, it will set off another chain reaction, most likely. But I hope not to do that one day at a time. And what has helped me, once I got my moment of clarity, I need help, was professionals, medical people, family and community, and in particular close family, who were so concerned they didn't know what to do. And I didn't know what to do. So what helped in the end was a fellowship, and I'm not a typical joiner of anything. I thought I could rule the world. So the very idea of being part of a fellowship where people support each other and equalise each other and share experience, strength and hope was quite strange. It was a strange concept. But once I realised I was just another human being on the planet, the fellowship of AA started to make sense, and that's the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. I never speak for AA. It's full of unique, authentic people who will speak on their own behalf where they choose. And when it says Alcoholics Anonymous, the anonymity part is very important. It's the same as anybody trying to find the truth of what's going on for them. Sometimes fear stops us from finding out how to sort out our problems. Typical human condition, we'll keep on going till we fall down dead. So medical, fellowship, all that, not exactly my cup of tea, but it is these days, and I don't hate it, I love it. I'm trying on a daily basis to just simply be included and part of life. So what is AA? I share the AA preamble, which is said at the beginning of every meeting I go to around here in London, of which there are about 700. And this is what AA is, and it also explains what it's not. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not aligned with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And I'm very lucky that there are so many meetings around here, because if one is disturbing me in some way or other, so I can't listen to help or experience strength and hope, I can go to another meeting. And when we start this journey of recovery, it all seems very complicated, but it's not. Simply, it's not to drink one day at a time and keep on learning what's good for us. And that can be very hard, because if you're like me, or many people, we've spent a lifetime thinking our way out of problems, rather than just exploring the possibilities with other people. We all think we have to be self-determined, I suppose, just self, yes. Very self-oriented society. No, look after number one, all that. But it doesn't work if we get to a place of addiction towards something or other. So people, places or things. These days, in fellowship, I can listen. And I share here from this book, Daily Reflections, which is an AA publication. And the fellowship is all about 12 steps, 12 traditions, living well, one day at a time. And in the Daily Reflections it covers step 12, tradition 12, in December. And step 12 says here, having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we try to carry the message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. So really what it's saying is to share a message of how to be open, honest and willing to change. And the tradition 12, anonymity, is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. And it is about the principles of the programme, open, honest, willing, 12 steps of action, which work on a daily basis, to the point where we don't even know we're doing them over a period of time. And that sounds a bit worrisome, but it's given me the greatest freedom to choose what to do today that I could ever imagine. And when it talks about anonymity being the spiritual foundation, well, anonymity provides sanctuary to find out what the truth is. And what is spiritual? It's the ability to find the truth of now, to live in reality. And if ever there was a program which offered a way forward in this, it's not about sitting and meditating all day long, or being up a mountain where the view is better, or giving up everything else. It's the ability to see reality. And as many religious people say, what is spiritual? It's the ability to cope with what is going on in unity rather than individually. And at the same time keeping our unique, authentic identity. That's what we're here for. We're here for a journey of, it's the journey of our life. Simple as that, one day at a time. So in the Daily Reflections for today, December the 12th, a common solution. The tremendous fact for every one of us is that we have discovered a common solution. We have a way out on which we can all absolutely agree, and upon which we can join in brotherly and harmonious action. Action being an operative word. You can't sit back and be fixed in fellowship. We have to stand up and take action, same as life. This is the great news this book carries to those who still suffer from alcoholism. And this is the big book of AA. It's stories of how people made it back to recovery together. And once you're in recovery, you carry on your normal life and then be a part of fellowship as well. What a wonderful idea, except you have to go out every night, or not every night. The most far-reaching 12th step work was the publication of our big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Few can equal that book for carrying the message, and it does. The old stories of 70 years ago still ring true today, and there's more stories you can hear every day if you go to a fellowship meeting. Few can equal that book for carrying the message. My idea is to get out of myself and simply do what I can. Even if I haven't been asked to sponsor and my phone rarely rings, I am still able to do 12-step work. I get involved in brotherly and harmonious action. And this is harmonious action face to face. So although I do these videos, it's not the answer. I'm just sharing a message of what is working for me. At meetings I show up early to greet people, and that's my job tonight. And to help set up. And to share my experience, strength and hope, if I have anything to say. I also do what I can with service work. My higher power gives me exactly what he wants me to do at any given point in my recovery, and if I let him, my willingness will bring 12th step work automatically. So it offers many solutions to being a part of, and I'm doing greeting tonight. I'm also temporary treasurer because the new treasurer hasn't started yet, and I'm also temporary literature secretary because the person who does the literature is away doing something spectacular, I guess. And that's all good, because life is like that. And then I will let go, because if I continue to do service in 3 areas, I'm blocking 2 other people from doing service, which might keep them sober, because it's an obligation and a commitment to keep coming back once a week. And that's how it works. We can shoulder part of the burden of sobriety and helping and supporting and being a part of. But if we overdo it and take too much on, then we are interfering with other people's possibilities or vacancies which might help them keep sober today. And the same applies on this thing of how do we actually manage our open, honest, willing behaviour and get to the truth of now? Well, the more I speak the truth, find the truth, understand the truth, the more I can be in the moment of now, which is reality, spiritual connection. And if I'm dishonest, not open, and unwilling, I'm blocking my own spiritual progress. And at the same time, if I'm dishonest, not open, and unwilling, I'm probably blocking the spiritual progress of people around me, because I might be lying to them. And part of that is denial. I can't believe it's happening to me. It shouldn't be this way. What has happened with my expectations? If I have expectations of how life should be, I'm missing out on what life is. So the more I narrow my choices by my expectations that life should be a certain way, I'm in great danger of upsetting every apple cart around me, and also getting very resentful. So I don't want to do that. Anger and resentment are the two number one reasons why people go out and have another drink. And I know when I was in the process of learning how to find recovery, I spent 13 weeks dry learning how to be rageful, because I'd never really experienced rage in my whole life. And that was because I only had half my feelings working. I allowed myself the happy feelings, and somehow I submerged the unhappy feelings. And often it's the unhappy feelings which tell us that we're doing something which is not good for us. So these days, I'm glad to say the range of my feelings includes all the happy ones and all the sad ones, all the angry and resentful ones, in small doses, because we need all these things to stimulate our action in life. All about action. We can't fix ourselves, it's all about action. So enough of me. The Serenity Prayer, which helps me at any stage, it can be just called a reflection or meditation, and it really does depend on your belief in God or something else, or simply good conscience. But it's a reflection, meditation or prayer as you come to understand it and how it can work for you. And it works in any situation for me, happy or sad. One moment. And as I always say at the end of these videos, yes, the reflection, Serenity Prayer, whatever you want to call it. No, I call it the Serenity Prayer, as do most people, because it works. And it goes like this: to God or good conscience, as you come to understand, or understand already, or don't understand yet. God or good conscience, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is for me just for today.